everyone, it's Philip from Limitless, and I'm here with Alex Dar, who just won the Regional Birmingham. Congratulations, Alex.
Thank you very much.
So, you chose to play Gyarados. You already played this deck at the special event in Milan, where you won, and you won once again. So tell us, why did you choose this deck, and what were you expecting going into this tournament? Talking about the meta and what matchups did you expect to face?
So I've been playing Gyarados for quite some time now. It's always a deck I kind of go back to because it's once you sort of learn the deck, you get used to it. All the little pieces of the puzzle when you actually play it make it really interesting to play, and just the inherent power of it being able to do 180 damage with just 2 cards on the bench, or potentially more with all his GXs having more HP now. It was just my deck that I actually prefer playing. I didn't get a chance to test too much, which is a bit of a shame, but as I said, I stuck to what I knew, made a couple of tweaks to my Milan list, and yeah, it's worked out perfectly for me.
Yeah, it definitely did. You went undefeated after all.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I went 7-0-2 on day 1, and then won my first 2 rounds on day 2, and then ID'd my way in. So yeah, it was really, really good. Really enjoyed it. What I sort of expected with the meta, so we saw with the US, there was going to be loads of Garbodor. Yes, everyone knew the Tapu Koko was being released and like ready to play from Friday as well, which is why I sort of went ahead with the Machoke line. I tried a couple of things like Mime as well, but essentially I expected a lot of Garbodor, which I feel like it has a good matchup because you can outrace them and you can take out a lot of the Garbodors quite quickly, and they can't recover them as well. I expected sort of Ninetales to be quite good as well, so they could fit in Tapu Koko as well. Or you heard a lot of murmurs that there was going to be Ninetales, Decidueye, and again, the Machoke would help out in those sort of matchups. And because of the sort of HP that they have, I felt like Gyarados would be a really good choice to actually take out those Pokemon and one-hit KO them. Yeah, that was the main reasoning, I think.
Alright, so let's talk briefly about your list. You already mentioned that you put in the Machoke to counter Koko, and just in general, like I think most Decidueye players these days don't play Vileplume anymore, so I guess this matchup should be quite fine with the Machoke as well. And well, another interesting thing about your list is that you play Professor Kukui.
Yep.
With Choice Band being in the format and with 3 Choice Band in your list, you might think that the Kukui is kind of unnecessary. So is there a specific reason why this card is in your deck?
Yeah, so it was all theory mainly because I didn't really get a chance to test against Tapu Koko. But Tapu Koko has 110 HP, which means that if they bench it without a Magma Stadium being in play, and they take out 2 prizes, for example, if they kill KO 2 of my Magikarps, I can rescue Stretcher for just 1 with a Stadium, and then Kukui and knock it out without actually having to overbench. Kukui was also useful in my matchup against Vika Volt Bulu as well. Essentially, he Tapu Koko'd with the Magma Stadium down, so it had 90 HP. I just promoted Tapu Lele DCE Kukui for my last prize, so it's been useful. I mean, even against stuff like Darkrai, where they have 160 HP after being put on the field with the Stadium down. Again, 2 Magikarps, I don't even need the Choice Band. I can Lele for the Kukui if I wanted to, or if I can dig for the Choice Band, it's great. So it has a little bit of synergy. It's one of the main reasons why I played Lele as well. But yeah, that's the main theory behind it, I guess.
Alright, so looking at your list, you cut down on the consistency a little, playing only 3 Trainers Mail and no Acrobikes anymore, and you put in a few tech cards instead, like the Machoke, the Kukui. So how did you like the list over the weekend? Would you make any changes in the aftermath?
I feel like you have to play Machoke purely because of the amount of counters that are available. So I played against Promo Greninja on day 1, I played against Azelf, which puts 2 damage counters on anything that has 2 damage counters or a damage counter on it already. And of course stuff like Tapu Koko, so I feel like Machoke's a must play. But I didn't like it at all, in all honesty. It really does ruin your consistency a little, so I had to change the ball count as well to 3 dive ball, 1 level ball, just so I can level ball for the Machop. Or add just a bit more sort of synergy that way. But unlike Milan, where I was a lot more consistent with a 3rd Trainer's Mail and the Acrobike, there were a couple of times where the deck just dead drew a little bit, but that's expected of anything. You cut down to 3 Trainers Mail with the expectation of Garb Tramper, being a big deck now, and they play Team Magma Stadium already. So the case is that you don't need to dig for the stadium anymore or as much, because they'll play their own and then yours become a little bit obsolete. So the free trainer smell was sort of perfect in the end.
So, alright, could you give us a quick briefing of your tournament in general? So how did the deck work out throughout the tournament?
Yeah, so I quickly mentioned that day one I ended up going 7-0-2.
Yeah.
Fortunately I had quite good matchups throughout the sort of day. The Vikavolt Tapu Lele is quite difficult because they're with the Coco as well, especially if sometimes I did whiff a couple of times against Philip, who I played in top 4, and he was able to take quite a few prizes that way. Azelf was a bit annoying, but again, it's just all about managing the bench, managing playing the deck, your resources, and it went absolutely fine. So I was 6-0-2 going into the final round. I played another UK player who top 8 as well. We thought just to make sure we get more points for the next day, we played it out. He plays Tapu Koko with Mew, with Ninetales, and again, you know, bench management and making sure I can't take KOs. He doesn't play Hex, and then Machoke sort of won me the game essentially. I guess in top 32, round 1 and round 2 I won. It was quite easy match, so I had Jesper again, which I tied with in Swiss, because he plays no counter. He has a soft counter with Sudowoodo, which is a bit annoying.
A really soft one.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I overbenched against him in Swiss, and I ended up tying with him. So it was, unfortunately, he dead drew a little bit, and I won 2-0. Round 2, I think I had another matchup which they didn't really have a counter. Yeah, it was Benjamin Berens actually, without a Tapu Koko in his guard Drumper list. So I out-resourced him, knocked out all his Garbodors, and he couldn't really do much. And then I think top 8, easy matchup unfortunately, because I ID'd my last 3 rounds, so I spent a lot of time doing nothing. Top 8 was Turbo Dark, easy matchup, no counters. Top 4, I played Philip again, donked him, essentially, because he just couldn't really get anything going.
Yeah, and the finals is on stream, so you guys can watch it, and it involves another dog.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, but you know, you need to be lucky in Pokemon, so it worked out.
Yeah, so congratulations once again, you had a really great run. Now with Gyarados in the last 2 weeks you earned like 350 championship points, I think. So you struggled for top 22 and now you're at like 6th place in the ranking, so huge congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you at other tournaments, especially at Worlds.
Brilliant, thank you.